And this book is something that a lot of people have kind of fought with us about on YouTube about the ultimate Black Panther. And if it is not even just good, it's the idea of, is there a story here? Are they moving forward? It's going so slow. And that's the thing. So is every other book. Ultimates, you might say, isn't going slow. It's just, I don't know where the hell it's going. It's going nonsense. But Ultimate Black Panther, like, we're just waiting for a story. And again, this issue, a lot of it's silent in just a fight and then a vision, and then you're done. I'll tell you, it's a quick read, but by the end, I was like, how can this be a book? But it is, again, Ultimate Black Panther number 8. What have we done in 8 issues? Written by Brian Hill, art by Stefano Caselli, colors by David Coriel, letters by VC's Corey Petit. You end up having at least those, little things with the characters' heads and stuff. I like that.
Yeah, but they all get Panthers. Those other guys should be like Khonshu's or Ra symbols or something.
And I don't know if it's just me, but I kind of need Okoye. Somebody's got to shave her head because I keep seeing her as Shuri all the time. And you start out, and this one again, when I started, I'm like, what the hell did we leave with? Because I don't remember. I remember us laughing because Storm and Killmonger were off going, and I thought Shuri was going with them or Okoye. I thought somebody else was going. But
this opening scene, it looks like remember in Gang War in Central Park.
Yeah, it's exactly that. The best though is in this, you don't know anybody. You're like, okay, there's the Dora Milaje, there is Black Panther.
That's Black Panther.
Who else is anything else? So at least in that Gang War deal, we're like, oh, look at that.
Yeah,
there's Digger. There's that.
Beetle.
Yeah, just nonsense. But yeah, there's this big fight. Africa's being torn apart. You have the Khonshu troops going, and they're attacking because there's T'Challa, and he's fighting, and he basically says, "Yay, anybody wants some?" And they come and get some, and then he ends up fighting a big dude. This one big dude, and the guy he's
massive, dude.
I mean, he's huge, and he has a glowing green dagger, scepter, sword, and ends up saying, hey, you want to know what's going on with Khonshu and Ra? Well, I'm going to stab you with it, and it's going to illuminate you. And the weird thing is this ends up, it goes right through his thigh, which that's got to hurt. I mean, it's got to hurt.
That's a career ender right there.
Yeah, it is. You're not the
Jordan
running back
Love out there
for the Eagles anymore. But yeah, you end up where all that going. Yeah, really. And he says, Khonshu brings illumination. And says, receive it, Blasphemer. The weird thing is this seems to maybe help T'Challa.
Yeah, why did he stab him in the brain or the heart or something, right in the leg?
And even then, what it seems like it's making him see the beginning.
Yeah, this guy's helping him out.
Yeah, he's helping him, but is he trying to, or is he not? Or is this converting him towards Khonshu where they can go? I thought what he was saying at first is, now we're going to be able to track you everywhere. Also, this guy's probably like, man, I really like that dagger. Now it's gone.
It's gone, yeah.
It's on there.
T'Challa's
disgusting. Now. So T'Challa freaks out, and he ends up where even his suit's dissipating. He's yelling, yeah. And then he ends up seeing planets collide. He sees the meteors. He sees that element come in.
I hate that element.
And he's of the mind,
naked,
walking nude. Luckily, there's a little bit of maybe not lucky. There's a bit of smoke going. He goes, he ends up seeing what looks like it would be the vibranium, because he says that later, but it's kind of ambiguous. He picks it up. I thought he's coming a damn vampire, but he wasn't. He was becoming the Black Panther. And then he wakes up. Like, he's the Panther then. And he wakes up. And this is the best. You have Okoye there. She says, thank God you're up, but ease yourself. Listen, you've been crying like a little bitch. And everybody's wondering what's going on. I'm lying and saying, I think that you're okay. But you were crying like a bitch. She says it like, you were there crying. Why is she telling him that he's crying? Like she's trying to shame him or something. And he's like, Okoye, the last thing I remember is war. She's like, yes, and war makes new memories every day. Why are we speaking in tongues here? He just woke up from a 7-day coma. Just get him some food. And say, hey, buddy, we got to get moving. But ends up saying 7 days of you crying and screaming and me lying so everybody in Wakanda isn't scared that you were going to die. Is he crying so loud that everybody hears? Like, close the windows and just say he's contemplating something. You don't have to say anything. But he says, I have visions, things I can't reason. And she says, oh, by the way, we pulled this dagger out of your thigh. Maybe it was poisoned. not poisoned by them. I need water. I'm like, what is happening?
He's walking fine, too, this guy.
Yeah, he just gets up. Well, he's built pretty good, right?
Yeah, I guess.
And she says, you need rest. And I think he was going to, I've been sleeping for 7 days. Please stop it. And says, and you need to calm the lion inside your sister, she says, and says Shuri is gathering the troops. She wants to go and take it to Khonshu and Ra. I kind of hope that happens because we need something going on. And, the whole thing of her saying, they won't listen to me. She won't listen to me. I'm the queen, but she just doesn't go with it. Can you help me? And he's like, yeah, whatever. He even says that I'm not in the mood to argue. I'm like, what are they doing? And he gets up and he just ends up saying, hey, that dagger, I think now I have this ability. You ever see Star Wars? I think I got the Force.
Yeah,
and he says, hold up the dagger, right? And he pulls it to him. And then he says, I think there's more to vibranium than we knew. The end. That's basically it. Until then,
he force pulls it towards himself, this guy.
He force pulls it. And then, he gets it and then says he needs to be alone because the dagger goes in. But that's the main part of this. The main part
new
of this
power
book,
now.
Yeah, that isn't going anywhere. What happens is in that battle, he gets stabbed. He sees a vision that we kind of already saw. We know it. He doesn't, but we know it. And so he ends up where, oh my God, I saw the beginning. I turned into a panther of the mind. And now I think I can end up controlling vibranium more than we ever did.
And the enemy gave him this power.
Yeah, and he says we're going to need that to go against Khonshu and Ra because they have that other element and they're doing this. But again, the only thing that is interesting in this entire book is the end, the last couple pages, because we did end up having that crazy magical mystery tour that he sent Warmonger and Storm on. Basically, and if you haven't read the issue or heard us talk, here was T'Challa's plan. Hey, Warmonger, you go look for somebody. I don't know where they are. I don't know their name. I know nothing about it. Go find them. And they seem to know where to go. And it's that they're looking for the Sorcerer Supreme. That's a cool thing in this whole Ultimate Universe. But again, it's not a Black Panther thing. And I want more Black Panther stuff. Khonshu and Ra, what have they did? They're sitting on their hands as well. They're just like, why aren't they taking to the streets more? Because T'Challa doesn't know or do much. So.
And the Khonshu's even on the cover. What are they doing? Like, he's like featured
also,
on the cover.
I keep bringing it up because people yelled at me. Was that spy, the spy they were talking about before that was so nothing? Like, that was the big thing, and that I think that just kind of came and went. And, sure, he took care of him, and done. But at the end, it's, Killmonger and Storm going to find the Sorcerer Supreme, which we'll see. Maybe there's a twist in this, Ultimate Universe of who it is, what's going on. I don't know. We'll have to see. But the art's okay. Looks pretty good, but there's just nothing going on. You could read this book in like 3 minutes. It's done.
Yeah, about 3 minutes.
Yeah, I said at the beginning that maybe this is something we stop reviewing. But why? Why not? It only takes 3 minutes to read it, so we keep going. But it's a shame. I think that Brian Hill's pretty good, but it just doesn't seem to have any story. And I would hope that what it is editorial saying you can't go that far yet, but why would you have this book come out when it did if you couldn't? I mean, you're doing nothing. So what would you give it?
6.5.
Yeah, I'm going 5. I'm going 4. I'm so irritated with this book not doing anything that I'm going 4. And I'm sure people get pissed, but